LEGO just released official pictures of over 150 new LEGO sets to be released on January 1st. I'm going to look through all of them very quickly and point out a few of my favorites and why I like them. Let's get started. First up, we have Art and Architecture, our first architecture set. There's only one. It is the Paris City of Love, selling for $80. I like this. I think it looks great. It's kind of a combination of architecture and postcards. I think it's really beautiful. But even more beautiful, in my opinion, is the Japanese cherry blossom landscape for $140. Amazing. I think a lot of people would love to display this on their wall. Of the art sets, I think it's probably the one I would want the most. It's just beautiful. Incredible combination of all the different parts techniques. Next up, we have Batman. There's 4 sets. So we have the Batman logo, 678 pieces for $80. This looks pretty cool. Not a huge Batman fan, but I'm sure a lot of people will get it for the gold Batman minifigure, which I believe is exclusive. There's also the Batman vs. Superman Batmobile, another The Batman Batmobile, and the Batman and Robin Batmobile. So if you like Batmobiles, you can add 3 of them to your collection. Next up, we have the BrickHeadz. So first of all, there's 4 BrickHeadz collection from Stranger Things, 11 Max, Demogorgon, and Holly figures. This is $40, and yeah, looks great. Haven't seen Stranger Things myself, but it does look pretty good. And of course, we have Lilo and Stitch, Angel, a Disney BrickHead. Next up, this is Lego City. Lego City has 23 sets, and they look really cool. As a kid, I used to collect City most of all, so it's great to see that Lego City is still going strong. We have the Lego Van, 276 pieces and $30. The Fry's Food Truck, 216 pieces, $20. Yellow Taxi, $14.99, 122 pieces. All great vehicles. Here's some more vehicles. The Hot Rod, the Recycling Truck, the Snowplow. And scrolling down, we have the Airport Fire Truck. That one's $70, but it's a lot bigger. The Tractor, which I think looks really good, really clean. F1 Display Truck with Audi F1 Race Car. We have the Police Prisoner Transport Van. And then we get into some fun little cars. So these ones look similar to the Space Babies, these minifigures here. Let's take a closer look. This is the gaming race car. These are called rides, and they're $10 each. They have a cute little minifigure, baby minifigure, I guess is what they're called. And I think that one looks great. If you have $10, I'm sure people will want to collect all of them. There's a few more we'll see as we scroll through. The Coast Guard helicopter. This one's super cool to me because this is one of the coolest sets I had as a kid. There was a similar one. This is kind of a remake with some new details, but I loved using the winch. There was a shark. For me, it feels like a great throwback to an old Coast Guard set that I had. After the Coast Guard helicopter, as we continue scrolling down, we have the motorcycle transporter, the jet versus car, looks very futuristic, Coast Guard rescue boat and helicopter, the cement mixer, the EV supercar, and the airport with airplane. Let's take a look at that one a little bit closer. This is a $100 set, comes with an airport. You can see there's a small airplane, all the details in the back there of the airport. I think it looks really good. I think it's a pretty solid build for an airport. And the airplane is pretty small, but I know there's some airplanes from years past that are bigger if you want to add to it. That's the end of page 1. Let's go on to page 2. These are all official pictures from the LEGO website, so you can just go to LEGO and search for new sets, and all of them will come up. Also, the cement mixer, a great addition to any of the construction vehicles that people might want. The Coast Guard rescue boat. Another rides, the construction loader. And then we have the F1 display truck. We also already saw that one. And then this set here, this is something that I think is really cool. Not sure if I'll get it, but those who are into trains, and especially for kids, this looks super fun. So it's the police train heist. It's a train, of course. Comes with a remote control, which is awesome because you can drive it around, of course, as trains should be. And then you also see that there's like a feature where you can steal stuff from the train. So the bad guys have a helicopter they're taking, looks like the bank vault. And yeah, I think it's a really creative take on a train. But it's a heist, looks like a very fun set. So if you have $200 to drop on a train, definitely get that one. that concludes Lego City. Let's move on to our next category. We have Creator 3-in-1. These sets are always great. So first we have the Space Exploration Telescope, the cute hamster with a flower, sea animals, beautiful dolphins, the turtle with a water lily flower, the wild animals, colorful hummingbird, fierce shark with a treasure chest, retro gaming console, cute animals, playful puppy dog, and fierce dinosaur. These sets always do a great job of making brick-built animals, which you can see a lot of here. And I think some of these this year are just really beautiful, as well as having the 3-in-1 feature, of course. So let's just look at this one because I really like this one. This is the beautiful dolphins. So that's the main build. You can build the dolphins with the wave, and you'll see there's also some alternate builds. You can build the seahorse or also the crab. Some really cool designs here and very creative use of parts. That's the end of Creator 3-in-1. Let's next move on to Disney. So there's 12 sets for Disney. And we start out with Kevin and Doug, some great brick-built characters from Up. Next, the Aristocrats, Adorable Marie. And of course, we already saw this one, Angel. Olaf and Bruni's Picnic Fun. Some great brick-built animated characters there. I really like those. Now, honestly, these next two sets, don't know how I feel. I'm sure they'll appeal to someone. They're only $10, which is great, but I just can't get over the way their face looks, to be honest. I'm sure they're cute, though. I'm sure someone will buy them. So that's Mini Jasmine and Rapunzel and Mini Anna and Elsa. We have Sally's Flower Pot. This uses the mini dolls, of course. Most of these Disney sets do. Ariel's Magical Mini Palace. And then some keychains, the Simba keychain and also the Dumbo keychain. Mini Belle and Tiana with Castle, and Elsa's Ice Castle and Snow Ride Adventure. That's the end of Disney. Duplo, won't spend too much time here. If you have young kids that love Duplo, I'm sure they'll love these. But yeah, just a bunch of Duplo sets. Next up we have Friends. Can't say I've ever bought a Friends set, but I know they sell well and there are some cool things here. I will say this one stands out to me, the Axolotl Adventure Boat. $10, and those axolotls are adorable. I'm sure those will sell pretty well, being a very cheap set. The Heart Lake City Convenience Store for $20. Unicorn Cake Delivery Car for $10. Ice Cream and Balloon Stand for $10. Fun Indoor Playground for $60. The Pet Accessories Van for $20. Animal Vet Clinic $30. Dog Treats Bakery $30. The Heart Lake City Friends Clubhouse for $90. The Horse Stable and Riding Academy for $90. Heart Lake City Bunny Hotel for $20. Unicorn Dream Cafe for $40. The Beach House with Seals for $50. Heart Lake City Fashion Show $50. Horse and Baby Fold Trailer for $30. And then The Garden Restaurant for $130. And Leanne's Family House for $70. I want to take a moment and look closer at this one because it definitely caught my eye. Usually, Friends sets are kind of more cartoonish to me, in my opinion, but this one looks really great. Not that they usually don't look great, but they just don't appeal to me as much. I really like the tree design here. You can see it opens up in the back. A great color scheme. Kind of some of the Middle Eastern inspiration there for the architecture. And yeah, looks like a really fun set. So, good job, Friends, doing good things. Let's move on next to Harry Potter. There's 8 total sets that have been announced. First of all, we have the Sorcerer's Stone Collector's Edition for $170. Great display piece there with some bigger builds of different iconic things from Harry Potter. The Cauldron Secret Potions Classroom for $60. Luna Lovegood's House for $90. Really cool to see how they achieved those angles there. The Hogwarts Castle Hospital Wing for $100. I believe this attaches to the Hogwarts Castle. You can buy a bunch of different ones and build the big castle eventually. Small set here for $20 with 4 minifigures, which is great. Hagrid and Harry's Privet Drive Escape. The Hogwarts Castle Sorting Hat Ceremony for $15. Enchanted Flying Fort Anglia for $80. And the Cornish Pixie for $30. So not a ton of sets, but definitely some great selection. Good minifigures. Good prices overall, and some cool angles and iconic things here. Let's move on to Dreams. I don't think I own any Dream sets, but they do look pretty cool, and I can imagine as a kid I would love this. Just imagine, you get a scorpion that's also a digger, the Nightmare Scorpion Digger with spiders, and this cool guy with like the claws. I don't know that much about Dreams, but I know they're really cool. It's an original Lego theme. We gotta take a look at this one. This is the Dino Jet. It's just every kid's wildest imagination realized, right? So there's a dinosaur, transforms into a jet on top. All these cool characters. Yeah, Dreams is really cool. If you were a kid, I'm sure you'd have a lot of fun with these, or an adult. Anyone can enjoy them. So we got the Fox Guardian mech, also $80 there. The Crocodile Submarine, $70. The Tiger Shark Tank, $140. Just a lot of incredible color schemes, very detailed minifigures. They always make cool new molded pieces for these as well. So if you're looking to pick them up, January 1 for all of these sets. Next up, 2 random sets here. This is a Gabby's Brick Built Cat Friends from Gabby's Dollhouse. And then this one here. This was just announced a couple days ago, I believe. The FIFA World Cup official trophy. If you are a soccer fan, you can get this amazing replica of the trophy. I haven't watched too much, but I can imagine a lot of people will buy this. Very detailed, great color scheme, and has a fun little feature where there's a minifigure inside that pops out, and he's holding a smaller version of the trophy. As you can see closer here, I'm sure that piece is going to become pretty valuable. Next up, we have the Lego Icon sets. So some of these are actually already available. The Tropical Aquarium for $480. The Stranger Things, the Creel House, is coming soon. Seen a lot of good reviews about this one. Not to spoil it, but it has some pretty cool features. Should definitely check it out. A great selection of minifigures and a very cool color scheme. The next icon set is the Autumn Cottage Garden. This one also looks beautiful to me. I love the color scheme, these new leaf pieces. Super cool. And just a great continuation of the garden series with all the different gardens. Next up, the Shopping Street. This is the next modular building that was announced recently. And these are made every year. There's one more modular building every year. A lot of people buy them, add them to their cities. So this one here, the Shopping Street. The cool thing about this one is definitely the angle. So there's like a narrow alleyway at an angle, some different buildings that are at some very unique angles. Like I'm sure it's a lot of unique building techniques. Let's continue on. Our last icon set is the Star Trek USS Enterprise, which has already been released and is out of stock, but I'm sure will be back in stock before too long. Very popular set. Next up, 2 Sonic sets. $10 for the Sonic Speedster Lightning, $40 for Silver's Car vs. Knuckles Monster Truck. And I think this one has a new minifigure. I believe Silver is new to this set. So definitely a set that a lot of Sonic fans will want to buy. Next up, we have Marvel. So Marvel's got 12 sets. The first one is $100, Spider-Man vs. Mysterio, the Daily Bugle. So a kind of smaller version of the Daily Bugle there if you didn't want to buy the huge one. $25 for the epic battle Spider-Man vs. Sandman. $50 for the epic battle Hulkbuster vs. the Hulk. So great to get a Hulk minifigure here in this medium range set. This one here really stood out to me. I saw the designer video. So this is Iron Man Mark III Collector's Edition. Of course it comes with a minifigure, but the shaping to me is amazing on this figure. And I don't really buy Marvel sets, but this is definitely one that stands out to me. Just very detailed, very accurate, and some really cool parts usage there. So it'll be great to see how popular that set is. Continuing on, Spidey Underwater Vehicles for $35. A bit overpriced, or I should say a lot overpriced if you ask me. We also have Ravager Jumpsuit Groot for $60. Team Spidey Pirate Ship for $50. Another 4+ set. Those are always overpriced, for sure. $20 for Spider-Man Car vs. Venomized Wolverine. $15 for the Miles Morales Mech vs. Spider-Man 2099. Saw some great minifigures there. Looks like 2 of them. $10 for Spider-Man vs. Ghost Rider Motorcycle. $10 for Spidey on his motorcycle versus Rhino. And then $30 for the mech battle Spider-Man vs. Doc Ock. Moving right along, we come to Minecraft. We start off with a nice brick-built fox here for $40. A $15 Nether and End Portal Journey set with some good minifigures. A $20 chicken farm. $65 for the Wither battle. $10 for Steve's Taiga adventure. $20 for the Pale Garden. $30 for the Zombie Dungeon. We also have a book over here. And in the middle, this is pretty cool. It's kind of a micro-scale version of Minecraft, which we did see a long time ago. But this is a new set, the Minecraft biomes. You can see some great color, a lot of detail, and very recognizably Minecraft. Let's move on next to collectible minifigures. Been super excited to see these be announced. I heard rumors of them, but they are Series 28 animals. So these retail for $5 each. It's a random pack, and you can get one of these animals. They're really cute. I think they look great. And I know a lot of people collect just all of the costumed Lego minifigures, so this will be a treasure trove for them for sure. Some of my favorites are definitely the monkey. Great design on the parrot here as well. I mean, they're all pretty cool. So these would be cool as mascots or in a zoo or something like that. Next up we have Ninjago. So Ninjago has 14 sets. Starting off with the $45 Ninja Character Display 15th Anniversary. This is pretty cool. So it's $45, but you get all the ninjas, it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 minifigures on a nice display stand for Ninjago's 15th anniversary. They are going stronger than ever, 15 years later. This set has gotten a lot of attention. It's the Blacksmith 15th Anniversary 4 weapons blacksmith set for $100. It's beautiful. Even if you're not a Ninjago fan, this is just a great example of architecture, and yeah, I'm sure a lot of people will be buying this on day one. Great throwback to the beginning of the show, a lot of Easter eggs there, and just a beautiful set. Of course, we have some dragons. So the Ninja Dragon Ryu's Battle. We also have a mech here, Lloyd's Titan Mech 15th Anniversary. That looks really good. The Dragon of Life for $110, over 1,000 pieces. The Ninja Vehicle Treehouse Battle for $80. And then for $35, Cole's Mission Mech and Dragon Zane. For $10, Kai's Dragon Mech Battle Pack. $10, Lloyd vs. Earth Monster Spinner. And then for $10, also Nia vs. Mutation Monster Spinner. For $55, Jay's Transforming Car. For $20, Jay's Dragon Mech Fight. And then of course we have 2 books down here. It looks like with some minifigures and things you can build. That concludes Ninjago. Let's move on to other. So looks like some Chinese New Year sets and some other things. This one is pretty cool. The Galloping Horses canvas. This has a big canvas piece in the back. And then of course the horses are galloping right out of the artwork. Some great building techniques and colors there. And those horses are very detailed. The second Chinese New Year set is the Fortune Firecracker for $90. We also have Bugs Bunny here. This is kind of random to me, but pretty cool to see a brick-built version of Bugs Bunny coming out of the ground eating a carrot. Very cute. We also have the Love Letters for $20. That's a great price. And of course, a great thing to buy for Valentine's Day or any time of the year for that special someone. I'm sure a lot of people will buy that set. For $15, we have the Easter Egg Basket. Nice Easter set. We have another set here, $30, the Fortune Master. He looks very happy. And kind of a surprise here. So those of you that know me, I like Lego Castle and fantasy and all that stuff. This is a keychain of the Dragonborn Paladin. Now this was a minifigure that was really hard to get. It's gone up in price a lot. It was originally in the D&D collectible minifigures. And now it's a keychain, albeit missing some pieces. Still a cool keychain to get for sure. Next up we have Speed Champions. There are 6 sets. So for $28, the F1 Academy Lego Race Car. Seems a bit overpriced if you ask me, but a great color scheme. Next up, the APX GP Team Race Car from F1 the movie. Also the Ferrari SF90XX Stradale Sports Car. Don't know if I said that correctly. The McLaren W1 and the Time Machine from Back to the Future and the Bugatti Vision GT Hyper Sports Car. So these are all priced at $28 pretty much, it looks like. This one stands out to me, namely because it has 2 iconic characters from a very famous movie. The car is designed beautifully. I know a lot of people are going to get this. I've seen a lot of good reviews about it. And it's a great price per piece as well. 357 pieces, 2 unique characters. and the car. So a lot of good stuff happening with Speed Champions. Next up we have Spider-Man. Looks like we already looked at these sets. And of course, Star Wars. We got to take a moment to pause for Star Wars. The AT-AT, $65, 525 pieces. This is continuing the MIDI scale. So this is kind of like some mid-range vehicles. Smaller and cheaper than UCS and a lot easier to display. For $80, a Venator class attack cruiser, another one of those vehicles. Then we have a BB-8. So the last one was made, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago maybe? Maybe it was more than that. Maybe 8 years ago. This one comes with the BB-8. He opens up, has some fun little features. Looks like he rotates and rolls and comes with the small BB-8 minifigure. This will be available for $90. A little too expensive if you ask me, but hopefully they'll sell. We'll see. For $10, the Mandalorian and Grogu speeder bike. Great way to get both of these characters for a cheap price. $23, the Siege of Mandalore battle pack. Cool to see these new Mandalorians here, but these 332nd troopers have been out for a while in different sets, so kind of disappointing to see them back in the battle pack as the Mandalorians here. These are honestly the ones that people want, but still good to get battle packs in any way. Next up, Cobb Vanth Speeder from the Mandalorian show. This is cool. So we get Cobb Vanth. Yeah, a great minifigure which we've never seen before in Lego form, as far as I know. And we also have Cad Bane, which we've seen before, but in a much more expensive set. So great to get these in a relatively cheaper set, although still overpriced, as most of Star Wars is. We also have Grogu's Homestead here. Interesting, cheap build. Not really cheap. Small build. I'm sure some people will buy it. We have the Luke Skywalker Pilot Key Light and the Clone Shock Trooper Mech. And last of all, the Character Encyclopedia. This is already out of stock. Comes with an exclusive Emperor Palpatine. Stranger Things has 2 sets. We already looked at these in different categories. The Creel House and, of course, the BrickHeadz minifigures. Next up, we have Technic. Some great stuff here. The 1966 Ford GT40 MK2 race car. This one really stood out to me because I was able to see the designer video where they showcased some awesome techniques. So this starts out as a rocket that is on the ground, has not blasted off. You can turn a crank and then it slowly moves up. Of course, the boosters on the side fall off, and you can see all the techniques and the mechanisms that are used there. So a very unique combination, Technic and space, to get that to actually function, which I think is really cool. We have the Monster Jam Sparkle Smash Pullback. I had a lot of pullback cars when I was a kid, and those were some of my favorites. The Bugatti Chiron Per Sport Hypercar for $65. The John Deere 1470H Wheeled Harvester, $10. Another Monster Jam Gravedigger set. And the Porsche 911 GT3 for $150. So classic, some cars, and some more unique sets as well. We're going to close out with the Botanicals. Now, I love Botanicals. Been trying to collect a lot of them, not all of them. But first up, we have the Tulip Bouquet. Very colorful, very beautiful. I'm sure it will be popular. These are all popular. They always sell well around the world. The Peace Lily here for $50. The Daisies for $15, so a slightly smaller set. And last but not least, the Flowering Cactus for $35. If you've made it this far in the video, thanks so much for watching, and I hope that you were able to get all the LEGO sets your heart desires on January 1st, and as your budget allows, of course. Here's my top 5 favorites in no particular order. First up, we have the Japanese Cherry Blossom. Beautiful piece of art. Number 2, the Dino Jet. Super weird and wacky, but I think it really shows the purpose of LEGO, and that is to be creative and build whatever your imagination can think of. My third choice is the Collectible minifigure series. All these animal costumes look great, and I'm sure a lot of people will be collecting every single minifigure. My fourth choice is the 4Weapons Blacksmith Shop. Very iconic, great throwback to Ninjago, very well designed, very clean, and just a great representation of how far Ninjago's come and its huge success over the last 15 years. My fifth choice is the Time Machine from Back to the Future. It's just great to get such a well-priced set with some really iconic minifigures from a famous movie franchise. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, have a great day. and never lose the joy in building.